Hello, we're looking at how to web scrape a site called food.com. So if you're still following along from earlier in the video and you've been watching all along, you will know that we are going to be dealing with infinite scroll, AJAX pagination. So if I click load more and then scroll down, here we see, as we've already checked earlier in the video, we know that this increases, or increments rather. So what I'm thinking is the first page, even though it's not called pn=1, I want to still call it that, so let's copy that. And I'm going to use that, as you can see here. I've just put this in. I'm going to use this and increment it each time, so 1, 2, 3 and so on. I've had to split it up because what I want to do is just increment this variable each time. I'm just going to comment that out, but I'm going to leave it there because what I want to do is just demonstrate and test in Scrapy shell. So if we do a fetch on this in Scrapy shell, we want to get the first bunch of thumbnails so that we can extract the links from them. And here we go, let's do fetch on. I just want to test whether pn=1 works, because as you saw, it went from healthy straight to pn=2. So if this works, this will be good. Yeah, okay. So that means that what I've just shown you here will work. Page=1, page string. So start URL will effectively be that pn equals plus string page equals 1. So start URL is effectively what I'm showing there. Now, what we want to do is extract links from that. So here we go, we can see there's loads and loads of JavaScript and so on in here, but what we really want to do is we want to be finding. Now what you could do is you could copy and paste all that into Notepad and do a Control F, or what I'm going to do is view source. So let's just go back up to page pn equals, or no pn, but it's still effectively the same as pn=1. View page source. No, let's forget that. All we really need to do is just inspect element and see if we can get an href from this. And if I just move that across, you can see event there, so there's, it looks like jQuery live. Event. Ah, can you see this? This is significant. Script type equals application /LD plus JSON. Ah, that's even better. So what we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's loading 8 per page, which is odd because I thought it was loading 10. But that will probably be because of the zoom level that I'm using on my browser, or my particular browser. So what we want, if you can, I've just messed that up. What we want is we want to load that into a dictionary. Right, let's go. If you've watched one of my previous videos, you will have seen me extract JSON data using XPath script as the tag and at type. So let's run something similar here. Response.xpath. Then it's as the usual format with XPath, 2 forward slashes, and then script rather than div or span or p tag or anything. We use script at type equals application plus JSON. Remember to get the quotes correct. Don't mix your quotes. If you use double quotes inside, then use single quotes outside. And I just want the text. And have I got the right? Yeah. Okay, so that's got the object but not the text because I need to use get. Let's just review that. So response, not XPath. The response is basically, at this point, response is equal to everything in that entire page. And as you saw, I want to get the JSON out of that little bit that we saw in the browser just now, because we know it's going to provide us with a dictionary which will provide us with those 8 links. Once we've got the 8 links, we can go and visit them and get the ingredients on the recipe. Yeah, which is nice. This is good. This is progress. So what we've achieved so far is we've identified a suitable selector which will enable us to load a dictionary, which will enable us to load a URL. It's the URL. At this point, we want the URL. So let's copy that into our code. This is good. So let's do something like, let's turn this into a shorter name. So res equals response, and I've also taken the liberty of importing JSON. So again, you may not always see that on tutorials where they are sticking to this basic Scrapy framework and doing a sort of a basic books-to-scrape.com demo or something. So we've loaded JSON here. So res equals JSON.loads, and make sure you put the S on the end because it loads a string. If you don't use the S, then it's binary, and that's no good to you. What I might actually just do is and I've also imported pretty print from pprint, import pprint. There you go. So what I might just do is do a pretty print of res, which is now a JSON object loaded as a dictionary. So if we do Control S to save and run it. Sorry if the output's a bit small down here. Let me just, good, I can see it's run. Let me just make it bigger and on a white page. And if I scroll down, this is basically the output from what I've just run in Atom. And this is very good. It's the JSON loaded, and we've got that context. We're not interested in that. We're not interested in that. So we are interested in the third key called item list element. And then we want to iterate through these URLs. So let's do that. As you can see, iterate through each batch of recipes, 8 on very first page. And really it's 8 on every page. For I in range 8, we know it's 8 each time. It might break if there's not 8 on the very last page. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I can put in a try except in there somewhere. Let's go back to Scrapy shell and let's do something like res. I need to try and get the code right here because it needs to pick out element. We're actually extracting the third value, sorry, the third key here. This one, not there. Call it link. So link item list element. So we're getting there it is. At type list item URL. Let's put in just bear with. I know. Let's just let's have a look at that again. Let's just pprint res. That's better. Copy that. It's very case sensitive, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, sorry about this. Link equals print link. Making a bit of a meal of this, I'm afraid. Sorry. Let's go for. Okay, no error. Print link. Ah. If I increment that to 2, let's see if we get a different recipe. Should do. What should we get? 2 should be Chinese fried rice. Yes. So next, if we do, that's getting the whole dictionary. So we need to get just the value from the URL key. So let's specify we want just to select URL key. And then if we do print link, there we go. Right, sorry about that. So this is the kind of thing we want to be looking for, but that will need to be we will iterate through. So let's copy that. And try that here. So for I in range 8, let's just print this to begin with. Item list I URL. Let's run it. And let's just make that white, and I'll show you on the bigger screen. I think that's worked. So that's what we had before. That's just the response. And this is a selector which picks out item list element I, then the URL. So this is good. This is what we want. So we're in business. Let's just do link equals, same again. We know that works. And we could actually start to yield that. So let me save that. And just to test this with, we could begin writing the CSV with something like, we need to keep yield inside the for loop. and we could just do link colon link close, and I've already just made my items py file because I know that I just want link and then the recipe and then the ingredients. I may actually have to break that recipe down into more things, if like how to 1, how to 2, how to 3, I don't know. Because if you remember, there were several how-tos or several steps in the recipe, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's just run that then. See if it, did it make a food results? Yes. Let's just run that again. That was very quick. Yep, it's done it. So we've got our links, and the good thing is we've got absolute URLs, so that's even more of a bonus. So yes, we've got the links. So that is part of the spider done. We've got the links. Next, we will need to visit those links with a callback, and then we will need to get the recipes and the ingredients and then return back to parse so that it can do that one, that one, that one, that one. It can do all 8. Once it's done all 8, it will go to the next page. So we will then need to put in our next page code. So the next page will follow down here, and we won't actually we won't yield here eventually, because all of the yield to the CSV will be done in one place, which will be down here. And in fact, I don't really know if we need to save the links, so we won't even need to use cb_keywords or meta or anything, because the link is not really, the link is only for our use. I suppose it could be useful if it's outputted to a CSV, but if it's outputted to a CSV, then with 500,000 results potentially, leaving the link in would make the file much bigger, and that wasn't part of the spec. So the link is for our use, and let's just hash that out for the time being, and let's take a break, and we'll get back and we'll return to look at parse details.